Success is not final, and failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. So says a two-time Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Sir Winston Churchill. And I believe it because in our daily lives, we've experienced trials, sometimes challenges in different areas. And we have come to realize that as long as we do not give up, as long as we keep on moving, things begin to turn around. What about you? How's it been for you? Our focal point today is on healthy habits that we can imbibe so we can sleep well and so we can awaken well. What healthy habits do you imbibe and inculcate in others around you on a daily basis? Welcome to Wellness and Living. My name is Thelma. Our focal point today is on healthy habits that you can imbibe so you can sleep well and so you can wake up well. Isn't that fantastic? Every day we go to bed. Every day, by the grace of God, we spring up. What do we do before we get out of our homes on a daily basis? Do you drink water? What comprises your breakfast? Do you exercise? What points are you adding up in your wellness kitty on a daily basis? But you know how we do it. We always go out to hear what you're thinking, to hear about your experiences, and we did that as usual. Let's listen to what we found.
I don't just wake up in the morning and take tea break. I must make sure that I do one or two things before I can take anything. And mostly I don't take anything before 8. At least from 8:30, 9. That's the period I can take something. And not every day. The day I'm not fasting, I can stay till around 10 or 11 before I can even take my tea break.
My exercise every morning, evening, then what I eat, mostly I eat fruits. You know, Nigerians, we are used to carbohydrate and it's not too cool on our body. So it's better we take fruit so that it helps us.
First thing I do after waking up is I say my prayer with my family. Then from there I proceed to exercise with my wife most of the time because the children will be sleeping by then. Then I do not also play with my intake of potable water. I drink a lot of water and also I jog a lot.
Because of my work where I live, I have to come town. I don't do it like every morning, but on weekend, like on Saturdays, I do exercise. I do walk up. And then when I drop in some places, sometimes I make up my mind to trek. Instead of entering a vehicle to the office, I trek to the distance so that I will do a little exercise.
I woke up early, then I do some exercise. I can jog throughout, I feel like 10 to 15 minutes. After jogging, then I do some exercise. And in the night again, I do the same training. I'm a weightlifter, so I lift weights. So I build my body just to help my immune system.
I do exercise every day. I jog every morning. It's good because even ordinarily if you're sick, when you go out to do exercise, it relieves you of your headache.
If you don't live a healthy life, you won't be able to live long. And then if we cannot live long, then how do we live a good life? How do we live our life? So our good health influences the way we live, influences how we do things. And one of the ways where we can live healthy, through exercise, drinking water, and they're doing a lot of stuff actually.
I do all this not because I'm young, neither getting old or anything, but I do it just for myself.
It is good to start very early as a youth, so that when you get old, you get used to it. It becomes a habit in your system.
Every year I used to go to the farm. I have a farm that I normally go there to go and walk and sweat and come back. That has become my exercise daily, all the time. It keeps my body so fit. I won't be old on time. why I'm doing it, that I know that as I'm doing that exercise, it will keep me strong. Even at the age of 60, 70, at least I'm still okay.
He who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything. What that means basically is that health first. Health first. Health, very important, very key to achieving your goals and objectives in life. Health first, so you can surmount challenges. Health first, so you can succeed. Health first, so you can continue to pass the wellness message, just like we do every week on our program. As we like to do, we speak with a medical professional who brings for us on the program well-researched and documented evidence to substantiate the information that we bring for you on the program. And this week, we're talking with Dr. Chukwuma Onuchukwu. He's telling us about healthy habits you can imbibe so you live a healthy life on a daily basis.
So when you wake up in the morning, either you are lying on the left or on the right, depending on how close you are to the edge of the bed, it's advised for you to move from your side to the side of the bed and then raise your body up in a sitting position. Then pull down your legs and then stand up. Rising so rapidly, depending on the person's state of health. Some people are hypertensive. So in fact, those are the ones that should even be cautious, especially those that take their drugs in the morning. That means they took their drugs 24 hours ago, and by that time, maybe the cycle would have been finishing, and then the BP will be on the rise. You know, any stressful thing you do can adjust your blood pressure. So that is even the major risk. For those that are hypertensive, they should watch it. Then headache can develop. So these two things are the major things that can be affected if you just rush out. And then, you know, from having blood pressure, the risk of having a stroke is also there because these things go together. So rising rapidly can adjust the blood pressure, can also lead to incidence of stroke. The quantity of water one requires in the morning is dependent on an individual. It is not a stated amount. Some people say a glass of water. I know there are different sizes of glass. So for me, I'll prefer to say between 500 mils and 750 mils. And why I'm saying this is because there are bottles of water that have those quantities. So it's easier for us to measure. So you can grab a 500 mils, that's 0.5 liter bottle water or a 0.75 liter bottle water. If you can finish it, that is okay for you in the morning before you set out. Then when you wake up in the morning, it's necessary for us to exercise our body because it's very essential, especially for those that are getting older. Nobody say you must wake up in the morning to go and jog around the estate. Even if it's in your room, you can do some yoga exercises. So when you wake up in the morning, even if it's sit up, if it's press up, if it's even just to walk down and up the stairs 5-10 times, or walk around the compound, brisk walk, do it for 5 minutes. If you are wealthy enough to have a treadmill or have a mini gym, you can go there and spend 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, and that is okay. Nobody says you must spend 1 hour. The only thing is that is the regularity, the frequency of doing it that is important. It's advisable in the morning when we wake up, especially those that rise early. You take, some people say a glass of water. Some people say a small, maybe 500 mils of water, like a small bottle of Ragolis bottle. So such water, what does it do for the system? Water is the best cleansing agent. So when we take water in the morning, it helps to cleanse the system. If you notice when you drink water, you pass out urine. So this water now helps us to cleanse the system. That's essentially the job. When you wake up in the morning, your body system might be dehydrated, in quotes, because you didn't take enough. And especially in our environment where the weather is very hot. If the weather is hot, we sweat and we lose water. So that water you are taking in the morning is going to replenish lost water. It's going to help flush the kidney. Kidney is the agent, is the organ that cleanses the system. So when you push in that water, it helps it to now release some of those toxic agents the body does not need, that is filtered through the kidney. So if you take it early, some people rise by 5, you take it by that 5, so that by 6:37, it has done the job and you would have passed the urine. Now, when you want to take breakfast, you say eat breakfast like a king. That doesn't mean you should go and gather all the carbohydrates in this world. It's good to have a mix of carbohydrates, fiber, and protein in the morning. And how do we get this group of foods? People can take pap, which are readily available in our environment, can take oatmeal, can take bread made from wheat. These are ways to get at least carbohydrates with enough fiber. Then you can add an egg to it. Previously, researchers have shown us that egg contains cholesterol, which is not good for our health, but it's been discovered lately that egg is actually good because the cholesterol that we have in our blood is not affected by the ones we take from food. Then fruits are also very essential. Watermelon, we have it in abundance. So I like things that are readily available in our environment. Watermelon is there. Oranges are there. You can make orange juice and take in the morning. Then you can also take pawpaw. So these are some of the little things you can take in the morning. Because if you don't take breakfast, the chances are you eat a lot along the line. You will not be able to concentrate to do your work during the day. And then you'll be stressed out. And you will not even know what the problem is. And when we remember how the stomach works, the stomach releases acid. Very acidic content that if it doesn't see anything to act on, it can decide to act on the surface of the stomach. And that is how ulcer develops gradually. For the adults, they need about 6 to 8 hours sleep. Then for the group following them, that's the adolescents, they need about 8 to 10 hours. Then for the school-age children, they need about 10 to 12. And then for the preschool-age children, those that are toddlers, breastfeeding babies, about 12 hours every day. The ways to sleep from researches that have been done, there are 3 possible ways that are the best. Now, the 3 possible ways are 1, to lie down on your back. Then the second one is to lie down on the right side, on the left side. So any one that is best for you. But the one they don't want is to lie down on the tummy. Because from research, it's been found out that lying down on this can affect the backbone. And everything we do is to prevent that backbone from giving us pain. And then the way you sleep will also determine how long it will last and be better for the individual to use.
Every week, our message is wellness. Wellness. Wellness not just for some of the time, but wellness all the time. A wellness lifestyle. We're urging you to revigorate yourself, refresh your diet, refresh your sleeping pattern, refresh your eating habits, refresh yourself. Live well, live long. We've put together this package, sharing life's experiences with you, as well as research information to bring together something that you can learn from. Let's see it. Constant thoughts become actions and grow to become habits. When we imbibe good habits, our life's quality is improved. Healthy habits prolong our lives, improves our performance daily, and optimizes our goals and objectives. When the reverse is the case, ailments and disease assail us. A growing health concern in Nigeria is the increased risk and rate of heart disease. One such heart disease is heart attack. It affects men and women, mostly from ages of 18 till 65.
It is important on a daily basis for every man to exercise, to keep fit. Reason being that, you see, in Africa, in Nigeria especially, There's hardly any food we eat now that does not have a high level of carbohydrate. And when the carbohydrate goes into the system, what does it result to? If you eat too much, it's a problem. If you drink too much, it's a problem. I think moderation is the name of the game.
Because most people complain there's no time to go to the gym and all that, you understand? I tell them, even while in your house, you understand, even though it's just 10, 15 minutes or 20 minutes, you can still exercise. Be it jogging, be it skipping, be it press up, and just to make your body feel warm, you understand? It circulates your bloodstream, you understand? Make sure that also, you understand, your joints are flexible. So these things are very, very vital. It also enhances longevity as well. That has to do with your health. And also your blood pumps very well. Because when your body is warm, you understand, it circulates, it makes your blood to circulate very well. So thereby avoiding any kind of blockage.
Every day, we read reports of persons slumping and at a constantly increasing rate dying. Heart disorders are making a steady and deadly rise in Nigeria. The risk factors of heart disease are well known. Some are preventable because they are tied to behaviors like tobacco use, sedentary lifestyle, being overweight and obese, elevated blood pressure, blood cholesterol, and diabetes. Data from teaching hospitals across the Federation reveal that 20 to 30% of hospital admissions are related to heart failure. This is not good news, especially since there's a lot people can do to promote and preserve good health. What healthy habits have you imbibed and have inculcated in those around you to promote a quality life?
When I wake up in the morning, and the first thing, I take warm water, full glass cup of water. At times I can even make it two on empty stomach. Understand? I take that. It aids digestion. It makes it flexible. It makes you feel light. You understand? So thereby in doing that, it also cleanses your system. Not cold water, warm water. So I take that. Then before my warm-up, that's the exercise. For optimal health, to be able to avoid chronic diseases, because these diseases are actually preventable.
We are told in elementary science that 6 hours of rest is enough for an adult. So for me, that sleeps and wakes up like an adult, usually when I wake up in the morning, I try to relax a bit on the bed and do a bit of thinking in my head. And then the next thing, I go straight to my bedroom to ease myself. And then I come back, I do a bit of push-ups. These days, it doesn't matter whether you are young or old. You see, these things, you will be very surprised that a child of 10, 15 years now is hypertensive. So it is advised that whether young or old, we should imbibe the habit of constant exercise to take away some unwanted antibodies in our system. That you must continue to exercise to break down some particles that are in the system that when it is allowed to accumulate, it becomes a problem for you. Like burning of fats, breaking down of calories and the rest of them. I think it is important for everybody, not minding whether you are young or old.
Some symptoms of heart attack include tightness or pain in the chest, neck or back, as well as fatigue, lightheadedness, abnormal heartbeat, and anxiety. Women are more likely to have atypical symptoms than men. There are simple steps we can take on a daily basis to reinvigorate and revamp our bodies to promote good health. Exercise at least 3 times every week. Eat a healthy diet with little or no processed foods. Sleep at least 6 to 7 hours every night. Distress yourself daily by thinking positive thoughts. Reduce or remove alcohol and tobacco from your diet. Get a medical checkup at least once a year. Our life is a gift, a precious gift. Preserve it the best way you can. If we do not allow for a rhythm of rest in our overly busy lives, illness becomes our Sabbath, our pneumonia, our cancer, our heart attack. Our accidents create Sabbath for us. Many ailments that go on to complicate our lives in these days are things that, had we known earlier on what we know now about wellness and well-being, would have been in a better position to prevent those ailments from ever happening. So imagine how excited we were when we went to Jabi Lake and saw young children playing football, playing center ball, doing taekwondo, skating. It tells me that their parents and guardians are very interested in their well-being. Let's share this wonderful experience with you.
Salud, salud.
I came here to practice my skating. I'm 7 years old. I've been practicing skating about since I was 5. Sometimes I practice at home when I not come, and when I come here, I practice here with my friends. So maybe in life they will do a competition and I can win. I was a little scared when I started, but now I'm perfect.
Some time back, perhaps a few years ago, I read this somewhere, that our bodies will be around much longer than some of the expensive gadgets, expensive clothing, expensive cars we're getting. It behoves us to invest in ourselves, invest in your wellness, invest in your diet, drink lots of water, exercise, spread the word to your family and your friends, because that's little benefit if you're exercising and your family, your children, your spouse, your partner, your brothers and sisters are not doing the same. If you're changing your diet and re-energizing your lifestyle, your healthy diet, and your family is not doing the same, it's all for one and one for all. Share the message. We thank you so much for choosing to spend time with us on Wellness and Living this week. And thank you so much for reaching out to us on social media. Our address is Wellness and Living at Nigerian Television Authority. Thank you, Alexis. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Pam. We love to hear from more of our friends. Come share your experiences. Let's all together learn and make the right wellness choices. My name is Thelma. Would love to do this again with you next week. For now, it's bye-bye.